All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay for
We're up.
today.
We're at work. All right. Uh, so Andrea Rufelt, how did you find friction?
So, I have been curious about CrossFit for a while, and I do a lot of research on absolutely everything new that I try. And so I researched all the local CrossFit places around my work in Kentwood and found friction and decided to try to go there because one of the trainers that works there also was a trainer at the kickboxing gym that I went to. So I knew his style and how he did, and it just made me feel a little bit more comfortable that I already knew someone that was affiliated with that gym and just kind of made that decision for me. And so then I just decided that that was it, set up a time to try it out, and rest is history.
Yeah, it was Coach Chad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Um, so what made you want a change in your routine?
So for the prior 4-ish years, I have been running mainly and competing in triathlons. And during the winter months, I was a little lax on my training for anything, as many people can tend to be. And so I was looking for something to add that wasn't just going to Planet Fitness and trying to do things on my own, but having a little bit more direction. And so I had tried roller derby, but that was not for me. And I did not want to break things. So while I decided to still stay affiliated with that and assist in other ways there, I decided that, I'd go ahead and try CrossFit. Like I said, I've been thinking about it for a while. It was just very intimidating, the thought of doing everything and the thought of not being able to perform at a level that I would have liked. So I figured, it's something that I can add in and then also supplement with my running and my triathlon training.
Sure. That's awesome. Given the the recent light of things and us de-affiliating with CrossFit, we
Mm-hmm.
still do that style of training. Like what what differences do you think there are between
Since you de-affiliated,
yeah.
personally, I don't think there's any difference because it wasn't that just being affiliated with the name CrossFit made any difference in how you guys function in any way. You guys have a plan of attack and a level of functioning that works for everybody, that's regardless of what everybody sees that's attached to the name CrossFit, like the games or the big athlete players and that sort of thing. You can still do a lot of the stuff that those big name athletes do at your own pace, but it's not at a level where you guys are constantly pushing to meet that need.
Right.
It's about meeting the need of that individual person and developing that relationship with everyone around you to continue to learn and have it kind of function as a group. So having the name CrossFit attached to the gym doesn't necessarily, I don't think, really holds a ton of water short of a Google search.
Right. No, that's good. Well said. What programs have you done all at Friction?
So I started off strictly with personal training 2 days a week. And I think I did that with you for, was it probably about 6 months or so, I think, or
Yeah.
something, 6 to 8 months. And then it took me that long to feel confident enough to actually go to classes. Because even though I was doing personal training in the gym with classes going on and other people, just trying to do the stuff on my own with one trainer and other people in a class, became a little bit more intimidating because then other people are looking at you closely. So then I dropped to 1 day a week on my personal training and then 8 classes a month. And that's pretty much where I've been sitting for the past probably 8 months now. So that's where I'm at with that. let's see. Well, what we've done the intramural games a
Yeah.
couple of times. There was the lift off. You know, the varying programs that you guys offer, while obviously I haven't like necessarily been a part of all the clubs and all of that stuff, I see a lot of it when I would go in and waiting for my class to start and that sort of thing. And I think that you know, I like that how, even though I haven't tried all of it, how some of it is broken up. Like you have the gymnastics stuff a little bit separate so that that stuff can be worked on a little bit more. So it's not like you have to figure out how to do that in class if you've never done a ring muscle up before or something.
Yeah.
So seeing that, you know, kind of separated so that it can also be incorporated. Same thing with powerlifting club and everything else. It's just those additions that you guys have that kind of rides along with the basic premise of what you offer class wise.
Yeah.
Only enhancing, but not making it something that's completely different that people focus on.
Yeah.
Does that answer the question?
Yeah, absolutely. Like more the specialty.
Sorry.
No, you're good. What doing all those programs like the group class and the personal training, what results have you seen?
Well, you know, there's definitely been weight loss or inch loss, right? Like body composition has changed.
Yeah.
You know, I don't necessarily focus on weight so much as the body composition, which is something that a lot of people struggle with, and I did at the beginning too. And so this has kind of helped me kind of understand the need to not focus specifically on how much I weigh. So there's that definite benefit. My level of strength, obviously, although there are times where I'm unhappy with how much I think I should be able to lift and I don't.
As all of us are. Yeah.
It's helped me really kind of get my nutrition on track. And that's one benefit that I also like about what you guys offer is that you don't have to do something specifically, sign up for anything specific nutrition unless you want to. It can just be a basic conversation during personal training, even that might just answer a question to help somebody tweak something. So my nutrition's definitely been better. My mile times on my runs, my 5Ks have been faster. So, and I've noticed that I've been able to, pre-COVID, of course, but run longer distances without interval, because I always intervaled where I ran and walked, but I've been able to kind of go a little bit longer before my legs tire out. And so there's that endurance level with my legs and that building with that. And I just feel more confident, I think, to be able to, you know, tell people why I feel like I'm doing better. And you see those progressions, you see those benefits, and it just makes you feel better about what you're doing overall.
Yeah, because we're able to keep track of what we do as far as like
Right.
lifting weights and mile times and whatnot.
Right.
We track all that so we can like tangibly see process.
Right.
Speaking of COVID, what would you tell somebody who's coming, kind of out of this tail end of COVID and who's looking to start like a fitness routine?
Just to jump into it, it is intimidating. I'm not gonna take away from the fact that like trying to go or think about going into a facility like a CrossFit box is not intimidating. It's not like Planet Fitness where it's all some basic stuff and you can kind of Google and YouTube figuring out what moves to do and that sort of thing. But know that you guys care and want us to set goals and want us to meet those goals, and you want to help us meet those goals. And you don't expect us to make goals like I want to deadlift 500 pounds in 6 months. You're not, and you will honestly tell us, look, that's a little bit of an over expectation, but let's pull things together. It's a beneficial way of getting out of your comfort zone and yet still having fun. And also then working out with people in smaller groups with everything that's there, and then with trainers that are able to kind of help you fix everything. So it's not just like going into a Planet Fitness and you're trying to do all these things by yourself. They're there to guide you. They're not there to criticize you in any way. And if you're kind of like not a people person like me, which is another big reason that I'm like not really big on places that do like classes where I have to talk to people, it really it's a lot more than I expected. The people there are, much more friendly, and, we have fun. And then there's also the seriousness of it all and the support from everyone. Not everybody finishes a workout in the allotted time, but that's okay. And everybody is still supportive and cheering the other people on, because everybody knows that everybody's at a different level. And so just get past the intimidation and walk in the door.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what you said earlier was great, that like, no matter what we call ourselves or whatever brand we're under, like, we're still going to do what we do because we know it works, and people like you to tell us. Cool. Well, thank you very much for taking some time and sitting down with me.
Yep, not a problem.
Awesome. We'll see you later.
Okay.